So in this session we will see the last command from the format menu, the conditional formatting. Okay, this comes in two parts. One is the single color based on some of the rules, and the other one the color scale. Okay, so let's see with the single color first. Apply the range. Okay, there are some preset rules. Now as we know, conditional formatting, so as the word indicates, basis the condition the formatting will be applied. So these are some of the pre-configured settings. So if the cell is empty, if not empty, the set formatting will be applied. Then we have the text related conditional formats. Let's cover one from it. Say for example, text contains. Okay, so here if I say my text contains A and Y, so it will highlight whatever the format I will choose. It will highlight those cells. Say for example, I want to highlight 1. So anywhere it will find 1, it will highlight. Okay. Next we have date related for conditional formatting. So for example, if the date is say today, if the date is today, it will highlight the today's date. If the date is tomorrow, it will highlight the tomorrow's date if it is present. If yesterday, it will highlight the yesterday's date, etc. Then we have arithmetic. If the number is greater than, equal to, less than, or equal to, in between, etc. Let's take one. So I want to highlight all the numbers which are less than or equal to say 50. Everything will get highlighted here. Okay. Now if none of our requirement is getting satisfied by these pre-configured conditions, we have a custom formula based conditions here. So now this will open the entire uh, what you can say entire world of conditional formatting for you, because you can set any custom formula here, and if the condition is true, it will highlight those or format those cells. So for example, I want to highlight the entire row basis the column E where the number is going above 30. Okay, so what I'll say is, I will say condition is my E2 is greater than 30. Okay, now you see here I have applied this range to A2 to E5, E2 to E5. My condition is also getting satisfied. It is giving me the results, but why it has only highlighting these many cells, and why not the entire row? This reason is because when we say E2, it's not a static reference, it's a dynamic reference. So as my data range is changing from E2 to E5, this is also kind of a moving reference, we can say, not a static reference. What we can do to make it static, we put a dollar sign here. Now see here, wherever it is going or satisfying my condition, the entire row is now getting highlighted, right? What if I say $2? This is very crucial to understand these dollar signs. If I say $2, now for the entire range, it will only check the static reference E2. If E2 is greater than 30, it will highlight the entire range. Say if I say 100 here, it has removed the formatting because the static condition is getting failed. That's why we need to be very careful when we deal with the formula in the conditional formatting. So I want my only column to be static and not the rows. That's what I need to remove the dollar sign from the rows. Now let me see, 30. It has perfectly highlighted, right? So, and if you apply this and still we change this, for example 35, this will also be turned on. And if I say this to 24, it will remove. Okay, so this is how your conditional formatting works. So be very careful while using the conditional formatting and the static versus the relative reference. Okay, let me remove this and say go to color scale. Okay, to apply the color scale, it is very important to understand how the color scale works. The colors now my range is entire this one A2 to E5. Okay, let me modify say B2. Okay, now here format rules, there are preset rules. Before that we can have the color coding presets here. So from here we can choose any of the presets. Say for example the starting value should be highlighted in the green and the last one in the red, or vice versa. Okay, see here. Now what this can do is it will just highlight basis the color scale. So and it would be in the two part or three part, whatever the way we want to set. Say for example, I want my minimum value or number or percent or percentile. So these four options we have. Say I want my, so when the data is dynamic, it is better that we do not use any static number here. Instead, we will go for the either the minimum value from the data set, so that it will automatically pick my minimum value, or I can say a percent. So basis the entire data set, we can set the minimum percentage to satisfy our conditions. So let's go ahead minimum value first. So I have taken the minimum value would be highlighted in this color. Then my midpoint would be either the, I can set to none, so that I will have only these two values. So for example, I don't have midpoint and I have maximum value selected as green. Now see here, the color automatically starting from the 7, it changes gradually to the 97, which is the highest, right? If I choose the other thing, it will get reversed, right? Now what if I wanted to set the midpoint? Say my midpoint is basically 60. Now see here, most of my numbers are below 60, hence it is taking white as a midpoint. Now if I say my midpoint is yellow, now see here, nearest to the 60 is the yellowest. Okay, you can set percentile also. So for example, I do not want to highlight any of the minimum value. Okay, however, my midpoint would be say 30 percentile, which is again a white, and maximum value would be red. Now see here, all the numbers satisfying the 30 percentile above are getting highlighted in the green. So this is how you can color scale this. You can add another color scale also for the same range, right? And you can proceed. I hope you got the concept clear for the conditional formatting rules and the conditional formatting. And thanks for joining. Stay tuned for the next. Thank you.